Good morning, and thank you for joining us on After GMS. I didn't know if the Queen was coming, if she had already arrived. I didn't know if I was supposed to.
It was just me.
Oh, well, thank you. The Queen is here. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy Spivey is working from home, as is meteorologist Taran Kirksey. I'm Tracy McCain here in the studio. Love to start your morning off with a smile, and that music definitely set the tone. Adding to that, sunshine is expected all over the Tri today. Taran, this is making me so happy.
And I'm sure you aren't the only one. The weather today is going to be absolutely beautiful. It's already pretty nice out there right now. A live look across the area from our weather camera network. Yeah, clear skies at the moment, and temperatures are very comfortable, especially considering the time of the year. We're in the 50s and 60s out there right now. 57 Greensboro, 58 High Point, 64 in Winston-Salem. Nothing on our satellite radar view. We're not going to see anything on our Futurecast model. I'm just going to show it to you just to waste a little bit of time here. There it goes. And there's nothing there until the evening hours. At that point, we will see some cloud cover start to move in. Temperatures today will end up in the low 80s. For tonight, we'll see low temperatures in the mid 50s. Here's what's going on today. A dry cold front will move through. You won't even know that it's happening, okay? It's just going to move through, no rain, anything like that. High pressure moves in tomorrow, and cooler air will move in behind the front for tomorrow. Tomorrow, temperatures about 10 to 12 degrees cooler. We're talking about upper 60s to low 70s for Friday, and cloud cover will increase, and some of that cloud cover will be associated with Hurricane Delta. You see it here in our Futurecast model getting close to the Southeast Texas, Southwest Louisiana coastline late in the day on Friday. Here's where it is right now. It's over the Gulf of Mexico, and just looking at the presentation here on the satellite, it looks like it's trying to get a little bit stronger. We do expect it to be a Category 2, maybe Category 3 hurricane as it approaches Louisiana. And again, this is the part of the state that had to deal with Major Hurricane Laura. They are still really struggling to recover from that system, and unfortunately, they're going to have to deal with this one as well. As far as we're concerned around here, the remnants of Hurricane Delta will pass across our region. For the weekend, it'll give us a chance of scattered showers on Saturday. Not expecting a washout Saturday. In fact, Saturday probably is going to start out dry, and then rain chances increase through the day. Better chance of steadier rainfall Saturday night on into the day Sunday. And there's a possibility on Sunday we could have some periods of time where the weather's fairly dry. So we'll have to watch out for that. We'll continue to keep you updated and refine the forecast as we go through the next few days. Rain chances begin to diminish through early next week. And then we have another round of cooler air that moves in again after a warm up Tuesday. We're back into the 60s again for Wednesday. That's a quick look at your forecast.
Here at WFMY News 2, we put together the To Be Counted team to get your questions answered ahead of Election Day, and also to remind you of the important deadlines, and there is one coming up. Tomorrow is the last day to register to vote here in North Carolina. And if you haven't gotten an application in the mail like I did, there are a few other ways that you can register to vote. You can fill out an application online and then mail it to your county board of elections. You also have the option to submit it through the DMV. There's an application on their website, or you can also do it while you're in person at the DMV. And if you can't remember if you're registered or not, well, they have a tool on the State Board of Elections website that you can search and find out if you're already registered and if they have the most up-to-date information about you. All you have to do is enter your name, your birth year, and the county that you live in, and it will search for your registry information. Again, tomorrow, Friday, October 9th, the deadline to register to vote here in North Carolina, and it is very important that you do so. Now, there is actually one exception. If you plan on early voting, you can register to vote at any early voting site in your county. If you want to vote on Election Day at your polling site or by mail, you must register tomorrow. Remember, if you have any voting related questions, you can reach out to our To Be Counted team, as we are calling it. That email is on your screen, tobecounted@wfmy.com. You can also reach out to us on social media. And two famous North Carolina natives are actually pushing for people to get to the polls this November. We start with Charlotte native Stephen Curry, the NBA player, taking to Twitter saying, "Calling all my North Carolina residents to vote. The stakes are so high. We need you. Register, vote, use your voice, and get involved. Make a plan and do it now. He goes on to explain the 3 easy options for voters to cast their ballots. And another North Carolina native, actor Zach Galifianakis, who you probably know from The Hangover, is asking North Carolinians to vote as well. The Wilkesboro native partnering with the bipartisan group called Now This to explain how to register to vote in our state, just like I did. And again, that deadline is tomorrow, Friday, October 9th. I've been asking you on our Facebook stream if you've registered to vote, and it looks like a lot of people have already. Let's see. Sharon says, I'm registered for many years. Sharia says, yes, I've been registered since I graduated from high school. Jason says he's registered to vote since he was 18, and he's voted in every election since. Kudos to you, Jason, for doing that. And Dana brought up a good point. She says, please check your registration. I was marked inactive for an unknown reason. It was a mess getting it taken care of. Well, we're glad you got it taken care of. And that's why it is so important that you check to make sure everything's up to date. All you have to do, it's so easy. Go on their website. All I did was put in my first and last name, the county that I live in, and it brought up my registration. I could see if they had the right address for me now, since I did move recently and had, everything I needed to know right there online. Simple as that.
Your polling locations, everything you need to know, where to early vote, where to vote the day of the election. It really is good information. And I love how, celebrities are using their platform, not really to push a message, well, most of them, but to just encourage people to actually vote and have a say in this year's elections, whether they are your local, board of elections, or your school boards, or the national big races, including the race for president. If you want your voice heard, the only way that you can do that is to register to vote and actually go out on election day or early vote, depending what's available in your state or city. So, I was 18 when I registered to vote. Taran, were you early at registering too?
Oh yeah. As soon as I turned 18, went ahead and registered to vote, and I've been voting ever since. And so I think it's very important that every person that's eligible to vote should participate in our democratic process. It's a part of what makes America, a democratic country, and what makes America one of the examples for other countries around the world as far as our process of trying to get everyone to participate in the direction that the people want the country to move in.
Ooh, Stacey, I just saw your little comment here. What's that about? You said we have some breaking news about the next presidential debate? Oh, it's coming up. And I don't even know that. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. I actually just saw it on Twitter just a minute ago come down about the next presidential debate. So you're going to want to stay tuned to hear about that.
Okay. Well, apparently I'm reading it. So let's read it together. Here we go. Here are the stories making headlines this morning. Breaking right now on After the Good Morning Show, GMS. The second presidential debate between President Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden will take place virtually amid the fallout from the president's diagnosis of COVID-19. The Nonpartisan Commission on Presidential Debates made the announcement this morning, about a week before the two were scheduled to face off in Miami. The commission says the candidates will participate from separate remote locations, while the participants and the moderator remain in Miami. So that is breaking news. And of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the day and on WFMY News 2 at noon. Well, meanwhile, President Donald Trump returned to the Oval Office after testing positive for coronavirus and spending the weekend at Walter Reed Medical Center. He posted a White House video saying he's feeling much better.
I spent 4 days there, and I went in, I wasn't feeling so hot, and within a very short period of time, they gave me Regeneron. It's called Regeneron, and other things too, but I think this was the key. But they gave me Regeneron, and it was like unbelievable. I felt good immediately. I felt as good 3 days ago as I do now.
Well, right now, Regeneron is in clinical trials, but President Trump said in the video he plans to pass an emergency authorization for this treatment. We should also note White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows says several COVID cases within the administration did not stem from the event, announcing the president's Supreme Court nominee. The administration says it is unlikely they will ever point out where the outbreak started, though experts disagree. A new warning from the nation's top expert on infectious diseases. Dr. Anthony Fauci says coronavirus deaths in the U.S. could nearly double to 400,000 by the end of this year. New cases have risen in the past few weeks in 30 states, including Washington, D.C. The Midwest and the Great Plains are becoming the new hotspots. Well, we're tracking Hurricane Delta. Yesterday, the storm hit Cancun, Mexico's top resort destination, as a Category 2 storm. American tourists now trapped as Mexico works to clean up the damage. Right now, you can see trees blocking roadways to five-star hotels. Smaller properties have caved-in walls and shattered windows. The state of Louisiana now on guard in a state of emergency. Last night, nearly 60,000 people along the coast were under mandatory evacuation orders. So if Delta does make landfall in the U.S., this will be the 10th storm to do so, breaking the record for one season. All right, our next conversation this morning has everything to do with movie theaters. Governor Roy Cooper gave theaters the green light to reopen when we entered phase 3 last Friday. So this morning we want to know if you're ready to head back to the movies. Let us know in the comments below. And meanwhile, WFMY's Candace Red has details on how Cinemark plans to keep you safe as they reopen.
We're at Cinemark on New Garden in Greensboro, and after being closed for months due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Cinemark plans on reopening tomorrow. Well, again, we know that Cinemark has already reopened about 75% of its locations in the U.S. About 97% of people surveyed expressed satisfaction with the theater protecting their health and safety. Cinemark is using cleaning and disinfecting products identified by the EPA to be effective in eliminating COVID-19 throughout the theater. While employees are also required to complete a wellness and temperature check before starting their shift. They must also wear face masks, gloves, and practice good hygiene, such as frequent hand washing and staying home if sick.
Guests can remove their face mask while enjoying their favorite movie-going snacks while inside the auditorium. But again, otherwise, we're asking everyone to wear their masks and play their part. I mean, if you're not feeling well, we're kindly asking you to stay home to protect everyone, the employees, the guests, and the community. We're asking they wear their face masks, they social distance, and abide by those contactless transactions to the greatest extent possible.
Cinemark is also offering comeback classic films and traditional concessions with reduced prices. Movie tickets are $5 for adults and $3 for children and seniors. You can also book a private watch party or host a private screening for up to 20 people with a starting price of $99. Remember, if you plan on visiting the movie theater tomorrow when it finally reopens, you must wear a face mask. For more details, all you have to do is visit our website, WFMYnews2.com.
All right, thank you, Candace. So I asked you on my Facebook page, with safety measures in place, are you ready to go back to the movies? Yes, no, why? Here's what some of you had to say. Kimberly writes, yes, as a matter of fact, I went this past Sunday. It was great. My son and I had a wonderful time watching Star Wars. There wasn't many people in the theater, so no issues with social distancing. Edward writes, I am comfortable right here in my house. No parking worries, no hecklers, no annoying narrators. Cheaper snacks, too. Mel writes, nope, I'm not ready to be in close proximity with any group of strangers for a long period of time. And David said he is absolutely ready, but unfortunately, he said, there isn't anything playing. So I'm going to make sure that you guys are commenting, and then we'll talk about it and see what we all kind of come up with. Me personally, I can wait a little while longer. I'm not in a rush, but eventually I do see myself going back to the movie theaters. I don't know when that's going to be, but I'm not closed off to it entirely. I do like to support, our industries, and what will happen if nobody goes to the movies anymore. Is that the next industry to tank? Although some would suggest it already has. So, it's important to keep our economy kind of running, but at the same time, I'm also the slowest person. I'm definitely not the fastest person to jump into anything. So I don't want to be a hypocrite here, but it's like, support the economy, but I'll wait a little while. So, I'm always in the middle, I guess. How about you, Taran?
I think with movies and movie theaters being so large and, maybe not too crowded if you find a time in the middle of the day, might be willing to go sooner rather than later. But I do agree with one of the commenters there. Of course, like there's nothing better than being able to watch a movie at home in your pajamas or whatever. You can pause the movie and go to the bathroom or whatever without having to worry about missing anything. But I think if it's not too crowded and if everyone's pretty spread out, we'd probably be willing to go sooner rather than later. Most of the time when we do go, it is middle of the day on a random, day in the middle of the week, not really on weekends at night when it's crowded anyway. So, we'd probably give it a shot, but I can definitely see both sides. I'm a big fan of people moving at their own pace, not only with the COVID situation, but just in life, do your own thing. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, go for it.
Yeah. All right, Stacey, how about you? Are you ready to go back to the movies?
Well, before I answer that question, I have to mention I'm not in like a dance party right now with the light flashing. That's just my light about to die in the background.
The strobe light
And
going on.
I can't move right now and go get it because I didn't want to miss my hit. But as far as the movie theater goes, I probably won't be heading back just yet, even though I'm a huge fan of going to the movies. Love to get that big bucket of popcorn, sit down, see all the new movies that are coming out. But I just don't know how I feel about it. It's almost like when you're getting into an airplane, recently, you're kind of like all cramped in there. I mean, of course you have your mask on. I know that they're going to be cleaning and doing a great job of making sure that people stay safe. I just don't feel comfortable doing that at this time. A lot of people kind of agreeing with all of what we've been saying. Jimmy says no theaters. Tanya said, I will not be going to the movies right now. Maybe a drive-in. That's a good point. I would definitely go to a drive-in. Nadine says, sitting in those chairs make me cringe. Spraying the chairs down is great, but what if they are cloth? Ew. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Judy says, haven't been to the theater in a long time and don't expect to go back anytime soon. I never find anything I'm interested in seeing.
Some of the bigger movies for the summer were released directly onto streaming services, Disney Plus, for instance, and like Trolls 2, number 2 or 3. Oh, I think it was the third one. Anyway, the other Trolls movie was also released. Mulan released straight to Disney Plus, as is Hamilton. So a lot of those movies that were supposed to come out in the theaters went straight to streaming services, which I enjoyed and I liked. I mean, they could have held them until movies were back, as a regular part of our day operation, but they decided to go ahead and release them. So with that incentive of, hey, if we kind of hold out a little while, maybe they'll just come straight to my phone and I don't have to worry about it. That's kind of nice, but I don't know if, movie companies are going to continue to do that. It was nice while it lasted, though. I mean, all the movies that you wanted to see, they were like, oh, I can just hit play on my phone. Wouldn't that be nice?
100% right. I know I've been waiting to see the Top Gun sequel for my entire life.
Oh my gosh. I know.
And now I have to wait a little bit longer, I guess. That's okay though.
Yeah, because it's supposed to come out
I really
summer,
feel
right?
like...
Sorry. Go ahead, Stacey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I really feel like this is where movies are kind of heading towards. I feel like more of them will start just releasing primarily on streaming services. They can make the price a little more, they can jack up the price if they like to. And I just feel like more people are more willing to stay home and watch a movie than go to the theaters. Not that I'm saying that I would want to do that because I actually like going to the theater, but I really do think that that's where technology is going.
Yeah. Your strobe light is giving me a little Saturday Night Fever vibe over here. If you just want to, do your best John Travolta. Oh, there you go. I knew you'd get it. All right.
I need to go fix it.
It's actually quite interesting. I don't know how you're concentrating with all that happening in your background. All right, Taran, we're concentrating on bright, sunny skies for today and then changes later.
Yeah, it's like a bright disco ball up there in the sky.
I'm going to fix it right now.
Lots of sunshine. High temperatures will end up in the upper 70s to low 80s. A beautiful day. If you do have outdoor plans, it doesn't get much better than this. Unfortunately, if you don't like chilly weather, well, it's going to happen. Again, temperatures are going to drop about 10 degrees for Friday. And tomorrow is going to be a much cloudier day. You'll notice a big difference in the sky conditions tomorrow, but we should stay dry through the day Friday. As we go through Saturday, the chance of scattered showers will increase. Not expecting a washout Saturday, but there could be a few downpours out there from time to time. And then as we go from Saturday night into Sunday, that's when we have a better chance for steadier rainfall. Not saying we have a locked in opportunity for a lot of rain. Right now, I think we're going to be somewhere between a half an inch to an inch of rain in total when all is said and done between Saturday and Sunday. So that's not a whole bunch of rainfall. That's the way it looks now. But there is the potential to see a little bit more than that. We'll just have to see how organized the remnants of Delta are by the time they reach us. And then for Monday and Tuesday, we'll just have some leftover moisture around, a few showers both days possible. And then we dry out again as we go on into Wednesday, with high temperatures Wednesday only in the 60s.
So I have an update. In the last hour, my husband and I were debating whether or not to hold our baby reveal on Sunday because we wanted to do it outside so that we could have more people attend. And we decided to wait yet another weekend. So that envelope remains sealed for yet another week, Stacy. And I'm so sorry because I know you were waiting for it. I apologize, but you know, safety first.
It's okay. I'll forgive you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I know it's like I'm 20 weeks pregnant. I'm like, come on, just tell me yourself at this point. Just talk. You know, but we'll make it happen. Regardless, we appreciate you joining us for After GMS. It is your Friday Eve. We'll have more great conversations coming up tomorrow. And don't forget, the deadline to register to vote is tomorrow as well. So we'll be talking about that. And of course, other conversations. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.